All right, so we're jumping into a update after the first week. Unfortunately, we couldn't sell anything that we did put up on the marketplace. We might have to start looking at trying to sell some rares to get up there. But we do have 975 in store credit. So we've got the 475 from the quests that you do when you first start. Plus we also have the other amount that we got from making a reasonably run at that leaderboard last week, even though we did start a little bit late. So the free-to-play account, we've got 88k in rackets, and we've got 975. So we're going to go to the shop and we're going to open some to try and get into try and get us some rares, upgrade those rares with our slots that we've got, and then 25 to buy. So we're going to redeem this one, and we're going to get one of these rookie packs. Hopefully we can get a rare so we can upgrade it and then burn it to try and get that prestige. I think that's probably the thing we should be doing as a starter from a free to play. So we're opening this pack now. Hopefully we get something good here. Imagine pulling a god. All right, we got a rare. That's great. We got 2 rares, so that's really good. One of the rares has got a huge amount of passion there as well, which is great. This one not too bad either, and we got the 100% boost. That's awesome, and we also got the 150. So we should be able to open a second pack, I reckon, here. So we got double the stats. We'll go have a look at these in a second, but that's an awesome pull. We'll go across here. Let's have a look at our achievements. Go to the dashboard. I reckon we should be able to get a second pack now as well, since we've gone the extra 150 to collect that from spending. And that's great that it counts as a spend from that first one, because we weren't able to get up to the next level because we didn't have a rare in time to come through. So let's go back to the store. Let's repull, and then we'll have a look at what we've got. Hopefully we can just redeem this one. We should have enough there to be able to buy the rest. And hopefully we can pull a couple of rares again. Cool. Let's hope for some, what do we want? White lightning. All right, we got a rare. We got 2 rares again. It's great. And 50% stat boost. That's great. That's really, really good. So that's good that they're doing that, and it seems to be fairly often that this is happening, because it does get new players to be able to get some higher stat capos. So let's have a look what we've got. Go back to the crew. Might as well collect these rewards as we're on the way through, and there's some pretty good stats in some of these. It's going to make it a lot easier to be able to burn a couple of these to get up to that next level. Now, I'm just wondering whether we burn them now to try and get to that next level, or we go through and... So let's have a look. So when you burn a rare stat with 30, a rare stat with 20, you get an additional slot per day, and that's going to be really handy. Where we want to be getting to is either here or here. So I think this is what we're going to try to get to first. If we do this, we can then go to the hiring hall. We can then take over someone's, essentially as a scholar from the free-to-play game. And we also have the ability, if we do get enough to be able to buy the season pass, that we can sell some of these stats and start stacking some money that way. So I think the first thing we want to do is try and get one of these rares to a 20 stat, and then we can also have a look here and try and get 2 rares to 20 stat. So we need 3 rares essentially to be able to unlock further portions in the game. So let's have a look. We got 10 slots for today. Let's have a look at the ones that we've got. This is great that we got the Hank Hall. Some really good stats on this one when we got those doubles. So we don't need to use too many stats here to be able to actually get it to the 20. I think we can actually do it today. So what we're going to do with our 10 slots, because we did get that double, and it also put them up into the next level, which is great as well. But what we really want to be doing is moving these stats across. We'll burn them. We should be able to get prestige 2 today. So that's going to be 4 stats. So that's one of the 20s that we can burn up. Take this one. It's only going to cost us 2 here in rep. I mean, the other thing we could do is try and use these capos, and then, I would rather get the prestige. We could use them for a couple of days to try and get a bit higher up on that leaderboard, because even the people we're coming up against now are still fairly strong. Probably a lot of free-to-play players coming in. So I might have to think about this one, but we can essentially get to Prestige 2, and that gets us another 2 slots per day, which will definitely help us be able to level up a lot of the capos that we do have. Hopefully we rank fairly high. We can get another rare in there somewhere. And then be able to move up to the next district. However, I don't really mind not moving up to that next district at this point until we can get some higher capos. So we've got those 3 trained. What we're going to go down here to do is to profile. We're going to sacrifice. We've got 3 of these ready, and they are gone. So even though we've got the nice pool, we've now just made ourselves up to Prestige 2, which is the man-made. Opens up lots of different things that we can do in the game now as well, like hiring, selling stats if we get the season pass. So I think we'll sacrifice that one. Does it let me sacrifice? What does it make me? How to get to Prestige 1. All right, let's just give this one a bit of a refresh. Not too sure what's happening there. It might need to update us being into that Prestige 1. All right, perfect. Now we're Prestige 1. That's claimed. We'll sacrifice. We need 2 rare stat 20s. Go to these. We'll grab both of those. There we go. And now we get Prestige 2. The other good thing that we get 5% more on the earn, and we get to become a trainer. So previously, these things weren't available to us. If we go to the hiring hall, where we can either, if we've got some money in the account there, we can hire trainers. So these are the people that are selling their stats per day. These ones are going very quickly. So the floor on this now really is about 55 cents per slot. I mean, if we've got an extra 8 slots on top of that, so that gets us up to 20 slots a day. That's about $10 a day that we could if we buy that season pass. So definitely something I think we're going to look at the very start, just while we're building out this crew. We've still got 2 slots left because we did upgrade those ones. So with those 2 slots, I think we'll probably chuck someone Hank here. And we might push that rep up a little bit. So I think the choice here for Hank, we might run this one on it needs to win 1 territory. It's still got 2 days as soldier. So we'll just upgrade a couple of these, and we'll push the rep up on this one to 30 because we don't have a strong one with rep. That's going to help us earn some more racket in the background, and we've basically got 2 of the uncommons there, and then we'll slowly fill out the rest of this roster. Other thing we could have a look at, depending on how much racket, like we have 101k racket, it might even be worth, since we've only got 17 capos, it might be worth trying to buy probably 1 more of these. Let's have a look what the odds are. So 30%, we really do want a couple of uncommon cards to be able to try and take over some sort of territories here. So we might just buy 1 of these. I believe the price does climb significantly. So we're just going to buy 3 more, so we've got 20 capos in total, and we can send them out to get some more racket. We should earn that racket back in no time. So highest we can get here is some green uncommons. Let's hopefully we get a couple of those, and we do not. So we are all 3 commons, probably just add them to the collection. Good thing is though now is that we do have 20 total, so we can start sending these 20 out on these missions. Another thing that I'm looking at trying to do with this one while I'm at the computer is really trying to run the shorter missions, because you do get here survive 50 rival attacks, the architects, complete 250 brain hustles. So the shorter missions will allow us to get to these quicker, and it should make us be able to stack a bunch of this racket. So while I am around the PC, just gonna jump over every now and again and chuck these guys out on some missions. Gonna try and match them with that quick missions, just a street work. They don't cost any racket. It doesn't make a huge amount, but sometimes you can hit those jackpots on there as well. So that's pretty much it for the update. We are currently in the first league still, which would be streets. Let's have a look. We missed the rarity gate. We finished top 25, but we do need a rare capo. So we didn't have one until we had 3 then, and then just burnt them all to get to prestige 2. But at the moment we are here, and we are currently sitting at 241 with 139 heat. So we do need to get a bit of a wriggle on. With this, I've only just got home at the moment, so we're going to run a bunch of these and try and take over a couple of the hexes in our street. But if we look at all of this for the entire week, where we really want to be landing when it does load is at least getting another 5 to maybe 10. So at the absolute worst, wanting to be around about 83rd. Currently way down, so we need to do a bit of work with this one. Try and at least get a $5, if not a 10 or 15. Like any of these would be fantastic getting up here. And then seeing if we can make it to the next burrow. Don't really mind not making it to the next one until we do get some decent capos in our roster. But for now, we're just working on trying to get some more of these contrabands so we can buy some more packs and start filling that roster out. All right, that's it for the update. This one went a bit longer, but we did have a few things to do. We'll see you guys next time.